What's up everybody, T2RX6 here, back for another Rescue Bots review, and today we're looking at the new wave of Rescue Bots vehicles. We have Bumblebee, Optimus, and Heatwave. Now Heatwave in my very first Rescue Bots video caused me a little bit of problems, which I still continue to hear to this day. Let's take a look at these new guys. So the first thing that really jumps out when you look at these guys is they feel extraordinarily cheap. Like, the plastic doesn't feel anywhere near the quality of the original Rescue Bots. These feel really big and beefy, and it feels like all the pieces on here are very, very durable and not gonna break. These guys don't feel that way so much. They actually feel really close to knockoff grade plastic, but maybe more dense. It doesn't feel like things are just gonna snap, but I feel like you kind of have to be careful here a bit more than you did with the other Rescue Bots. So that right there is kind of a knock against these guys to, you know, make them not necessarily as kid-friendly. Now, as I pulled Optimus here from the original line, you can see that the original line also tends to be a lot more beefy. And granted, we're looking at a motorcycle, so let's look at the beefiest, which is Heatwave here. And even by that, you can see that there is quite the disparity here. Now, where these figures are concerned, I do feel that Heatwave actually is the clear winner here. But yeah, we'll get to him, I guess, last. Let's start with Bumblebee. He's a pretty nice looking motorcycle. He looks like he is the Dodge Tomahawk, who has had a, you know, a baby with a Kawasaki Ninja, and this was the result. So you get this four-wheeled motorcycle, which is nice. It does stand pretty nice. Comparison, there's a Classics Hot Rod. So too big for Hot Rod. Too small for something like a G.I. Joe though. But yeah, there's Bumblebee, and let's actually transform him. Really simple. You can see we stand him up and we already see pretty much most of the bot here. And all you do is kind of grab these two wheels and separate this. And it actually is pretty cool because every single one of these guys is ridiculously simple, and just kind of one motion makes things happen here. You can see as we do the arms here, the whole like torso part of Bumblebee drops down to let the legs actually spring to the side. So that is actually kind of a cool thing. I know the original Rescue Bots were all pretty much like one-step transformers, but I don't know, something about these guys are actually fairly fun to play with, just because, you know, real quick you get it done. Optimus here is a monster truck this time, and he's kind of a cross between your monster truck and a semi-truck. It's like you took a semi and made it a monster truck, which is pretty cool. I gotta say, he probably is one of the cooler looking ones. I can't help but think that the front sort of looks like it's got an Autobot logo going on in there, just made out of a grill though. Yeah, again, for the fact that these don't feel as well made, you can see just how much like things just want to flap and they sound kind of cheap. It doesn't feel like he's gonna fall apart, though he does feel like he would be rather easily broken. Now, transforming him again is easy, but I find him to be maybe the most difficult of all of them, because you have to take your hands here and rotate this little red piece up here, and you can see as we do that, what that's actually going to do for us here is drop the legs down and bring the arms to the side here. And I find the reason I find him, I guess, the most difficult is because when you go back, it kind of gets to here and then it wants to stop, and you have to push it a little further, and this is as far back as it goes and it still hasn't clicked, so you have to make sure you get both sides and then it'll click. So one more time so we can show everything that happens, hopefully, as we rotate this. And there we go. There's Optimus Prime. Articulation on these guys, as you might imagine, is non-existent. Just little action figures. Optimus also has the feature of being able to still kind of roll around when he's in his truck mode, which kind of makes me laugh a little bit. Or his robot mode there. So there we go. There's Optimus. And Heatwave here is the obvious winner in my opinion. He does have little moving fire nozzles there, and transforming him is real easy. And if you are wondering, he does not float. It was actually one of the first things I tried, is to fill a bowl of water and drop him in, and he just sunk right in. So this guy, real simple to transform here. All you kind of have to do is grab him like this and push this down, and lovely, lovely, everything happens all at one time. And that's pretty nice representation of Heatwave. Again, to close it, you can just kind of push everything together, which is actually easier than working the light bar. What I would say to do is push this together and then make sure you give the light bar an extra little push. So to show it from the front here, we push the light bar from the back and everything is there. And Heatwave is just an absolute blast in my opinion to mess with, because you know, everything can be done with one hand. And yeah, I don't know, he's just really a lot of fun. More fun than the other two in my opinion, and full of character. And he also feels like the most bang for the buck. So to kind of compare this as we leave this here, here is our Optimus. Again, fairly simple, but you can really see just how much bigger the original rescue bots were. So when it comes down to it, these new rescue bots are fun. I think Heatwave's the best. Personally, if you don't have any rescue bots, seek out the old ones before you get these new ones, and definitely, you know, these are probably not as good for as young of an audience as the originals are, just because things feel so flimsy and breakable. I'm really certain that it wouldn't take much to break out the arms of Optimus here, or I don't know, Bumblebee's a little bit more sturdy feeling, but even Heatwave has a lot of little joints here that look like they're easy to break. So yeah, hopefully we'll see some more rescue bots, because I do find these fun, and at some point when I have a child of my own, I plan to pass these on. So this is T2RX6. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you next week.